Since September last year, I honestly thought that I was beating the utility companies, and by the most part, I am. My solar and battery setup has really helped me cut back my energy bills, but there's one utility bill that I completely forgot about, and when I was away, an email dropped into my inbox and it was my water bill, and I was absolutely shocked to see that my bill has gone up from last year by 125%. What is all that about? So whilst I thought that I was making monumental savings thanks to my solar and battery system, there was a silent killer creeping up on me all this time. In this video, we're going to have a look at exactly why that bill was so much and what has happened in terms of water billing in this country. It's becoming a joke and there's just nothing we can do about it. But I have a potential solution to see if I can cut that bill back down to a manageable amount. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've been away for the past few days. I've gone away for the first time as a family of 3, and you can see a video linked here if you want to have a little look about how we got on. But when I was away, I looked at this bill and I was completely shocked with how much our water usage has gone up. And not only that, the ridiculous state of charges in the UK for our water bills. If I put this graph up here, you can see the ridiculous cost of water per cubic metre in the UK compared to 3 other countries. I mean, look at that, it's £5.18, and then in Italy, £1.28, USA, 58p per cubic metre, and in Ireland, it's nothing. Now, I know in Ireland that you do pay as part of your tax for water usage, does charge for excess usage, but their limit is 213,000 litres, and my huge bill here in the UK is 104,000 litres. So you can see that that's over double that I would have to use before I would pay any excess. I just think over here in the UK, we are getting a really bad deal on our water, and they seem to be just hiking the prices up year on year, and there's not really a lot we can do about it. Water is an absolute necessity, and obviously with a young baby, we're using more and more, but we're being charged extortionate prices for that if you're comparing that to other countries around the world. I mean, you can see the price hikes here in the last year alone. The standing charge has risen over 41% in the last year alone. That's ridiculous. The water rate has gone up by 28%. Now, if you look at the rate of inflation, these are way and above beyond that, so I don't know what's going on. The reason why it's hurt us so much is because our usage has gone up, and I know a lot of that is, that is on our shoulders, but compared to the other countries, come on, this is ridiculous. So with water bills in the UK, we get charged a direct debit each month that comes out of your account that will then go against your actual usage, and you'll pay the difference between that. So our direct debit last year was £37 per month. So we built up a credit of £500, but our bill came to an extraordinary amount of over £600. So the money that we have built up with that £37 direct debit, we now have a bill in debit of £143.36 that we need to pay on top that we've already accumulated from the last 12 months. So that's ridiculous, isn't it really? What Anglian Water have now done is that they now estimated our bill for the next period, and that means our direct debit has gone up 102% to £75 a month. For water, I'm sorry, but that's just too much. And I know some of the reasons for this hike is down to us, obviously, but there are standing charges and water increases that are just not in comparison to other countries. So in this video, I am going to go through the reason why my usage has nearly doubled over the last 12 months. It's gone up by 81% our daily usage, which is crazy. And what the main contributor to that figure of it going up by 81% is down to. And why is that? Well, we have an LG washer dryer machine. Now this machine, in the most part, is very energy efficient on the electric side. It uses 1.12 kilowatt hours worth of electric in a wash and dry cycle. Now that's really good. So what is the main issue that is causing our water bill to go up by 81% and our usage to spike that high? And that is that we're using the wash and dry setting. So this machine is very energy efficient in terms of electric, but as soon as you do that wash and dry setting, it then uses double the amount of water. So the water that is needed on this particular machine is 50 litres for a normal wash cycle. That's pretty decent. That's kind of your average that what other households would use. But here's where we get stung, is that when we do a wash and dry setting, it needs another 50 litres to use for heating. Now, some of you might think, why on earth would a washing machine use water to heat? So it uses cold water from the tap, so 50 litres cold water from the tap to cool the drum and then condense the steam. It literally pours clean drinking water down the drain to dry your clothes, and 50 litres, so that's double the amount it uses, so it's 100 litres per load. And that directly correlates to our usage going up by 81%. We're doing 200 litres of water every day because we're now using the wash and dry cycles more than what we were before. And that will completely explain the 81% increase. And then obviously you've got the other percentage increases on top of that that Anglian Water have put on for sewage waste and the water unit prices, which is still beyond what other countries are doing, and it's still ludicrous in my opinion. Now, for the past year, we had a dry soon Aera rack. Now, for us, this worked pretty well, but the problem that we had is when we dived into the electric usage of that particular unit, it was using more energy in terms of electric, and that's the key thing here. I was looking solely electric at this point. It was using more electric than what this would do to dry and wash clothes. So we just thought, why are we having a massive unit with a parachute over it, which makes it dry quicker? It was still taking 6 to 7 hours, and it was just impractical for us to have that big unit there and continually cycling out clothes in and out, whereas this machine would just do it all in one cycle, a wash and dry cycle at lower energy consumption. But that was the kicker. It wasn't just the electric it was using, it was the water that was the silent killer here. So without knowing this, and before I got this massive bill, I sold that dryer. And to be honest, I kind of needed to do that anyway. It was big and clunky, it was taking up a lot of space, and it just wasn't practical to have with the amount of washing that we were going through. So what is the solution? How can we go back to having bills that are less than £40 a month for water? We have a great solar and battery setup, so what would be the point in having all the savings in electric when our water bill has just doubled? So there is one solution I've been looking into, and that's to get an air pump tumble dryer. Now, I've done a lot of research into a tumble dryer, and it uses no water at all, it just uses electric. And combined with our solar and battery system that we have here, that would be a win-win for us. So we would still use this machine for the wash, and that would be 50 litres per wash, but that's just an expense you've just got to take on the chin. But then taking away half of that water usage with a tumble dryer, that's where you reduce your water bill. Now, I know a lot of people out there will be saying, why don't you just use a traditional drying rack? In the UK here, you've got risk of mould. It's always cold. You've got to have your heating on to speed up that drying process. And if you're like us, that has an AC air-to-air heat pump system, that's going to take more energy and more time to dry those clothes. And some of you in other countries might say, why don't you just have it outside? We live in the UK, it's cold all the time, apart from the summer months. And I get that point, that in the summer months you can have it outside, but for my wife, I'm trying to make her life easier rather than harder. We spent all this money on a solar and battery system. We need to be using it to make our lives easier, especially with a young child. You might know how difficult the amount of washing that you're going through. She's going back to school, she's a primary school teacher, so I don't want to lumber all that stuff on her when she's got the added stress of going back to work and dealing with a 1-year-old baby at that point. So having a washing machine and a tumble dryer would be the most practical solution. It would reduce our water usage and our electric usage would stay at a similar level. Now, there are a couple of issues that we have in this particular house. We're in my utility room at the moment, and we've got our washer dryer here, which will then be just a sole washer, but we would need to fit in our tumble dryer. So this is where it becomes a bit difficult, because next to our washer dryer, we have our utility space here, and below there we have the pipework for the washer dryer. So if we were to get another machine, which would be near enough identical to the LG one that we have here, they do a very similar tumble dryer heat pump version of this sized machine. It would make our life so much easier having the machines right next to each other. So you would do your washing and then you would do your tumble drying right next to each other, and you would be cutting down your water usage by 50%. So in turn, we would expect our water bill to go down by 50%. So with the water saving, just that alone per year is £192.72 a year. So with that in mind, and how much a tumble dryer with a heat pump costs at the moment, it's about £450. You can get them cheap on eBay, I've seen them going as refurbished units. So that would mean that the payback rate for this would be only 2 years, and then after that you would be saving half your water bill. And then if you were to include the electric savings from this as well, it would further knock down the payback period, which is fantastic really. It's definitely something I would recommend doing if you're using the wash and dryer and you want something that would simplify your life, especially with a young family and that added wash load that you have. But the only problem for me is how I'm going to manage to get these 2 units side by side next to each other. I can't stack it on top. The gas boiler's there, and in my other videos I talk through how we use our system as a hybrid system, so we still need that. I need to start getting quotes, move around this pipework, get this unit in there, and you just need a Y splitter to allow it that water wastage to go out. If you don't put that in there, it has a separate unit that you have to empty every so often. It's only a small amount of water it generates from its wastage, but it doesn't import any water, and that's the really important factor. You can really see the benefits from going from a single purpose washer dryer that consumes so much water, which has caused our water bills to double over the past 12 months. And I really want to open a discussion about why our water bills are so high compared to other countries. Why is that? Yes, I understand that my water consumption has gone up, not up to £75 a month, which is what I'm paying. I dread to think what other families are paying with more than 2 kids. It's ridiculous. Anyway, having said that, thanks for watching. I've got to get back to the load of washing from a holiday.